Doesn't take long for us to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hallway. It almost feels like we're going for a stroll together, something that I can't say I've really done before with the girl. Hanako doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing, though. Even though we are walking at the same pace, she never comes within an arm's reach of me. I guess she's still uncomfortable around me. Given how shy she is, there doesn't seem to be much help in it, at least for now. By the time we arrive at the cafeteria, there's not much of a crowd there, but Lily is nowhere to be seen. Hanako's head sinks even lower than usual. Have you looked somewhere else already? Just the library. I was reading. So she does spend the classes she skips at the library. Oh, so not exactly a thorough search then. Well, if I had to guess, she'd be in her own class like Shizune said, right? Right. Well, with the slightest of nods, Hanako agrees with my reasoning. Gosh, she's being so weird. It's like I need a double-layered silk gloves with padding to even begin interacting with her. Some small talk might help her become a bit more used to me. It isn't hard to tell that the silence between us is hovering on the edge of both of our minds. So you and Lily usually hang out together after class? Yes. I'm not quite sure what I expected from her answer, nor why I even asked the question. That much was rather obvious after all. She doesn't seem the type to cultivate a social circle either, so I suspect that Lily may be her only friend. Must be in pain in being different classes, I'm guessing. She gives a sharp, almost reflexive nod. Compared to Lily's careful thought about her actions and speech, Hanako hastens to make her own answers as prompt and short as possible. Concise. Lily comes by the class for me, though, even when she's busy. She gives a small smile as she says it, evidently appreciating the fact that Lily goes out of her way to help her. It's pretty cute, really. There isn't any need to say more, both of us content that the discussion's reached an end. As we ascend the stairs back to the lobby, we were met by a group of students heading downstairs like a school of fish, moving from one feeding area to another. Good description there. They seem to be keeping mostly to themselves, but before I can notice her doing so, Hanako has moved around behind me. Hey, are you alright? Just keep going. The students pass us without as much as a second glance, and Hanako takes up position to my side again as we enter the building, her momentary reprieve from her anxiety all but snatched away. That was odd. If I didn't know any better, that is indicative almost of harassment. That she has been bullied and harassed by other people, and she actually hid behind me so that she wouldn't attract the eye or attention of those students who passed by, which she may have recognized as people who have bullied her in the past. That actually is kind of worrying. Even as we climb towards the third floor, she doesn't seem to relax. It isn't as if I've known a shy person before, or even shy girls, but Hanako seems to be pretty far beyond what I'd normally call normal in her fear of other people. If it weren't for Lily acting as her mediator, I doubt Hanako would have been able to walk beside me like this. She seems to completely shut down in the presence of others. The rest of the walk up to Lily's classroom continues in strained silence, while I rue her inability to socialize at all. After we make our way up the stairs, the noise coming from Lily's classroom is audible from halfway down the hallway. I wasn't expecting such a din at all. Well, I guess we found her. This wasn't hard. Didn't Hanako come here first, then come to me for backup, I wonder? Well, if that's true, then at least she's starting to trust me a little. That can only be a good thing. Eventually, the two of us reach the door to Class 3-2. With Hanako less than subtly positioning herself behind me, I open the door. Inside is a hive of activity, seemingly every student in the class talking at once as they work hurriedly on their separate tasks. Going by the paint cans, decorations, and banners being made, it must be for the upcoming school festival. I guess my first priority should be finding Lily. There! Finding her among the den is surprisingly easy, not because of her looks. Not the least because of her looks. With a couple of students gathered around her as she stands at the front of the class, she seems to be in charge of the preparations, or at least busy organizing them. Carefully negotiating a path through the various students hunched over the floor for lack of desk space, I raised a hand entirely out of habit as we reached Lily. Hi, Lily. She perks her head up as she breaks off, talking to a noticeably smaller girl who must be her classmate, trying to listen as best she can. Sorry, who? Ah, Hisao. Oh, I have oh, sorry. I totally read that completely wrong. I have Hanako here, too. Hi. She's pretty skittish, considering the number of people around. It isn't too hard to work out why. Lily takes a moment's pause to assess the situation before turning to the other student once again. For the moment, just ask Mariah for his advice. Kinji's busy with painting one of the banners already. Oh gosh, that's right, Kinji's in this room. Ugh. A quick nod and she bounces off, fingers carefully sliding along the wall's face for orientation. Wait, Kinji? That Kinji? Yeah, I figured that out. I quickly turn about, leaning to the side to see past Hanako. Sure enough, in a corner of the room, Kinji's hunched over a sheet of cloth as he paints it. His eyes remain only inches from the brush, reminding me of how close he had to be to make up my own face when I met him. Sorry about that. Our class doesn't have many students with even partial eyesight, so they're in high demand. That's right. Class 3-2 is especially for students with poor vision. Preparing for the festival must be pretty arduous for them. Need a hand? I could give you help if you need some. Maybe Hanako could too. A chance to set her mind on something would do her some good, but I doubt she has the courage to ask outright. She quickly nods an affirmation afterwards, so I'm confident I made the right move. Lily gives a noticeable sigh of relief. Ah, that's good. This might actually get finished before everyone goes off to dinner now. Would you be able to help the person painting the main banner? It's a big task for him to do, but nobody else can help. Kinji! Sure, I can help him. Oh, gosh. I've seen his baton. She seems surprised that I know him. I can't really blame her. I take it you've met? Our rooms are in the dorms right next to each other. Hard to miss each other, really. Well, it's good to see you're getting friends so fast. You have no idea, Lily. Friend, I wonder if that's the right word to use for him. Hanako's silence during the proceedings reminds me of the reason I put her up to helping in the first place. We'll go help him then. He knows what needs doing, right? That's right. Just ask if you have any problems. Chorusing in assent, Hanako and I begin another trek across the classroom. Kinji sits crouched on the floor, his gaze fixed on the white calico in front of him. Hey, Kinji. No answer. He continues his dragging his paint-soaked brush along the large half-painted kanji that's sketched on the sheet in pencil. Kinji? Huh? What? Who is it? Is this way he treats class members? It's no small wonder he's working on this alone. It's me, Hisao from the... Right, I know that man. What are you doing here, though? His dismissive attitude annoys me. He must be the type to really get focused on his work, hating to be disturbed by anyone until he's done, I suppose. While we talk, the sound of Hanako's footsteps as she walks out from behind me reminds me that she's here. Well, I was just going to help with the banner, Hanako and I, that is. Hello. Oh, hey, I guess that's okay. As soon as Hanako enters the equation, his demeanor takes a complete about-face. His suddenly faux hospitality is slightly unsettling. Oh, right, women. On second thoughts, this may not have been a great idea after all. Hanako and I grudgingly set ourselves down on the opposite side of the cloth banner to Kinji, noticing the several small paint tins on the ground around it. Class 3-2 noodle stall? You guys selling noodles at the festival on Sunday? Yeah, some stalls outside, or something. Or something? His non-committal nature sparks a fair amount of suspicion on my behalf. The task at hand comes first, though. So, how do you want to split this? Will you do borders while you do the text? Or do you want to switch and do the borders? Text is mine, you do borders. He has surprisingly strong feelings on the topic. As I reach over to grab a brush, I notice Hanako's already debating between colors to use. By the time I put brush to cloth, she's already started on a delicate pattern. Looks like my idea of taking her mind off everyone around her worked. With a dark blue stroke, the three of us silently get to work. Not before Kinji takes advantage of Hanako's working to lean towards me and whisper conspiratorially, though. Cannot say that word for the life of me tonight. Okay, man, why are you here? Hanako just wanted some help to find Lily, that's all. He apparently disapproves of my motivations. I get it. It looks like I misjudged you. You're infiltrating them, aren't you? Going deep undercover. Way deep, man. I should have guessed. Letting the truth slip by him would probably be better than outright lying or annoying him in any case. Is that why you're here? Obviously. It sucks, but there's no better way to get intel than going in yourself. We gotta stick together, man. This is a harsh school. A harsh world. Yes, very harsh. He misses my true meaning as he leans back, satisfied that I'm sympathetic to his cause. I'd better get down to work and ignore this crazy psycho. Finished. Looks like I am too. Good job. The two of us connect up the lines of our patterns, mine being as close a copy as I could manage of hers. With a grunt, I lever myself up from the floor and look around. Aside from Hanako and myself, there's only Kenji left finishing off a sign, as well as Lily and a couple of students talking among themselves in the classroom. Looking at my watch, it's no surprise. It's getting pretty late. Need a hand? I offer a hand to Hanako, which she uses to get herself up. As she does, I can't help but glance at her wrist. If her scars extend even to there, just how much of her body was burned? I feel a pang of guilt about it, however, as she quickly covers her wrist with her other hand. Looks good, doesn't it? She looks surprised for a moment before noticing that I mean the batter. Yeah, she probably meant like, my burn looks good? What are you, nuts? It does, I guess. Her smile shows that she feels a slight sense of pride in the result, just as I do. With the floor significantly neater for the decorations being placed on desks and shelves, it's much easier to get to Lily as we cross the room. We finished the banner. I guess that's all that needs to be done. Lily gives an appreciative nod. Thank you, Hisao, Hanako. Isn't there any way I can thank you? It's fine. Beats sitting in my room studying at any rate. I don't mind either. She nods before suddenly remembering one last person. Oh, is Kenji still here? Just as I open my mouth, Kenji gives the answer from the other side of the room. Yeah, I just finished. He carefully slides the sign onto an empty section of shelf to dry before quickly walking past us and out the door. See ya, man. Bye. The remaining two students say their goodbyes to Lily before taking their cue to leave as well, leaving only the three of us. Well, I guess that's everyone. I hope we don't have to do anything like that again. Working past school time? Indeed, the class's plans this year were ambitious. Maybe too ambitious. The stalls look nice, though. She's right. It shows that a lot of work's gone into them. My. I'm sure a lot of us would be glad to hear that. At least now there's not too much work to do until the festival itself. It's getting pretty late. Should we go? That's probably a good idea. Are you going to go back to the dorms as well, Hisao? Yeah, I guess I'll tag along. The nighttime lighting really makes the gardens look quite different. Compared to the usual look of lush greenery, things are much more calm. Being that it's so late, the lack of students around probably helps. The odd one or two can be seen scurrying to and fro from the dorms, trying to eke out the most of their approaching curfews, but no more. All that can be heard is our footsteps, in addition to Lily's cane regularly gently tapping the ground in front of her. It's nice to finally be able to relax a bit after the mad rush during school. Without even noticing it, I let out a small yawn. Tired? Yeah, still getting used to the flow of things, I guess. The thing with Shizune took me kind of off guard, though. I grit my teeth a little at the candid mention of their rather public spat. That said, I do want to sort out what in the world was behind it. About that. I'm sorry about it being so public. Shizune and I go back some ways. Her voice seems slightly irritated as she remembers. Shizune obviously unwilling to discuss it any further. I glanced to Hanako for her views on this, but her expression is, unsurprisingly, evasive and difficult to read. So I'm still not going to find out what's going on with these two girls. Either way, I guess her apologizing for it is something, even if my curiosity goes unanswered. I'll be glad once the festival is over in any case. The change of topics welcome, clearing the thickening air quickly. I can imagine my old school's festivals were a lot more low-key than this. Yamako stresses the idea of a school community, so the staff likes to make our festivals and such special occasions. Yet the students are the ones who do the work. What an unfair world! Hanako and Lily both chuckle in agreement, savoring the fact that none of the staff are around to hear her grumbling. I suppose coming from a strict all-girls school helped me a bit with Yamaku. Compared to there, Yamaku is much more relaxed. That'd go a way towards explaining her well-bred speech and behavior in any case. As we come up to the dormitories, eventually comes time to leave for our respective rooms. See you, Lily, Hanako. The two both give polite nods before setting off to the women's dorms just next to the guys. As is to be expected of such an arrangement, there's a staff member casually patrolling around outside to prevent any nighttime shenanigans. I like that word, shenanigans. It's a good word. It should be used more often in common speech. Walking past him, I quickly stretched my arms and rubbed my neck, both quite sore after having worked on the floor for so long, before walking back to my room. It feels good to actually have direction, though. After so long in the hospital, the everyday facts of studying, homework, and teachers seem almost a blessing. I guess if things continue like this, my time at Yamaku might turn out okay. Adhering to the nurse's nagging voice in the back of my head, I set my alarm clock to wake me up early enough to go jogging again. I made a promise, and I'm going to keep it. Besides, Emi is bound to rat on me if I don't show up. But it's not all that bad. Night-night. Oh, yeah, this signals the end of another video that I'll probably have to split into multiple pieces. Yep, another rise to the alarm clock. So, I am going to call it here. Do another quick save over the lunch evolution theory. And that's it. That is the third day we've met now Emi properly this time. And she seems like a nice, bubbly, carefree girl who's completely unconcerned with her schooling at this point. She's all about the run. She's all about getting the wind through her hair. And then, of course, we found out a little deeper into the spat between Shizune and Lily. Oh my gosh. Those girls are going to be at each other's throats in a minute, at this point. So, don't want to get in between them in terms of a love triangle. You would probably die. As a male between Shizune and Lily, you would die. Just don't even go near that particular fiasco. Anyway, this is it for tonight, and I'll see you all in the next video or in the next episode. Bye now.